Welcome back. It's been a long time since I've done a building project on this server, and that all changes today. I've been waiting to do this all day, and I'm super excited, so without wasting any time, we're getting straight into the build. Last episode, I collected a ton of resources for what I said was future updates, but the spot of land that I'm currently standing on is completely flat. And if you've personally done any building in this game, you'll know how important it is to find flat spots of land. Luckily, we have one right next to our main base, and today we are building our first ever beacon. I think that this spot of land is absolutely perfect considering, like I already said, we have our main base here, we have our desert mansion over there, we have our towers off in the distance. It's connected to everything, and not only that, as you can see when you come over here, we have the high complexity warning at the top of our screen, but as we move away from our storage room, you can see the issues resolved. You know, in the future of this game, hopefully we can look back on this and laugh that we ever had a building warning to begin with, but for now, we need to make sure we're building far enough away where we don't run into any errors, especially because this is going to be a big project. Now, when you hear the word beacon, you might immediately think of Minecraft because beacons in Minecraft are very important. They basically give you special power-ups, and they also provide a giant beam into the sky. And I've got some creative ideas on how we can get that done in this game. But the first thing we have to do is destroy this pre-built structure that's been here since day one. Is that it? Did I get everything? All right. Everything's destroyed. Now, before we get into the building, the last thing I want to say is welcome to the channel. And if you guys are new, subscribe. We are on the road to 1 million subscribers. And if you've never watched me before, this is our daily survival series where we're building and making things every single day in this game. And if you go on to enjoy today's video, I would love you guys to join us on this journey. But enough of that said, we're backing out so we can get daytime. Honestly, I just kind of hate playing this game during the nighttime. And the fact that you can't sleep in a bed and get daytime is kind of upsetting. Anyway, that's enough complaining for the video. Let's get into the build here. So we destroyed everything like you guys have already seen. I'm leaving this barrel because I think it's kind of interesting, and there's nothing in the game that you can put down that would replicate that. I'm probably gonna have to destroy it eventually because it's gonna get in the way, but I like the look of it. We'll keep it for now. But let's go back over to the laggy part of our world, aka our storage dojo, and grab all of the materials we'll need. And I'm realizing now that I'm already low on granite. That's great. But at the same time, we should have everything we need to get started on this. I popped up an image of a Minecraft build when I started this video, and that's the inspiration we're gonna take for today's build. Basically, what we're gonna do is, first we're gonna kill these spiders, but then what we're gonna do is go over here to our building prefabs, and we're gonna use foundational pieces. And there's only one way to get started with builds in this game, and it's by building, if that wasn't obvious enough. Anyway, let's plop down our first build, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, and we've already run into our first problem. This is somehow not aligned. Okay, that is, that's our first attempt. You know, lots of trial and error go into these videos. A lot of time it gets cut out. Today I wanted to put it in just cause. And there just has to be a quicker way to delete structures. I mean, that took so long. If we're comparing this to Minecraft, which we've already done in this video, it would have gone so much quicker with an efficiency 5 pickaxe. Okay, I'm getting off track. Let's go back and build this thing again. This time around, it should line up. And I also made it a little bit smaller so it doesn't go into the ground as much as it did the first time. But before I keep talking about this, let's make sure it actually lines up. Moment of truth, and it looks like we are good. We got the base of our beacon laid out, and now it's time to really get to work. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add another layer that goes around the outside here. Every single part of this isn't gonna be perfect because, again, you know, there's the ground and it's hard to find these flat areas. So we're just gonna do the corners for now. This will all make sense, even though right at this very moment, you might be a little confused by these edges. Let's just keep building and you guys will see what we're up to. Also, at the beginning, you might have seen me using cubes, and now I'm using these rectangles. The reason for that is I think it'll save just a little bit of memory, even if it's not the most. You know, obviously we want to be careful because this is going to be a very high memory project, and you guys know how this game can be sometimes, so we're just going to keep building and hope for the best. And layer 1 of our base is complete. Time to get on to layer 2. The way we're going to do this is just like a pyramid, and I'm sure you guys already knew that. And if you guys have a lot of granite and you're looking for the quickest way to get rid of all of it, just build exactly what I'm building, because yeah, we just ran out so fast. Let's get back over to our storage room, because if you look at our pickaxe, I don't even know how this thing is still alive. It's hanging on by a thread, so we're gonna throw it into the graveyard with the rest of our almost dead axes. And the reason that I have the storage chest with a bunch of basically destroyed tools is because I honestly feel like at some point this game will add a repair bench, and at that point I'll have all of my tools that I can revive. But they don't have that in the game yet, so we gotta make a new pickaxe. 8 obsidian, 5 frostpine. Gotta make these into rods, and we got ourselves our frostpine rods. so we can come over here and make our epic pickaxe. I'm honestly really hoping that we get a gold rated pickaxe in this next update, because that would be so nice. They wouldn't break as fast and they'd probably swing faster. Anyway, we got to enchant this now. And some rough amber for that. And some granite slabs. And as always, we go triple durability. You know what? While we're back here at our village, it's been a while since we've talked to our villagers. Let's see if they've done anything. Sky, how was your job? She says she can't produce anything. The workstations are down at this place, but for some reason, none of our villagers want to do anything. I mean, like, all of the workstations are here, I promise you. Frozen fish stick, how about you? Our rarest villager, have you done anything? They can't find a workstation for their job. Anyway, let's go get some more granite. We were sidetracked anyway. We're gonna go find a spot with a ton of rocks so that we can get a bunch of new granite so that we can finish that guy right there. Because at the moment, it doesn't look that cool, obviously. Oh, and look at that. It's a supply drop. This ain't gonna have granite in it, but again, we get distracted pretty easily. So let's try to actually land on top of it. Oh, look at us. Can I break it? I guess not. All right, I promise you, this is the last distraction. And how crazy is it that it literally landed exactly on this chest? That's kind of insane. Anyway, let's see what we got inside. TNT, blast powder, a couple arrows. I'll take the arrows and the TNT, but other than that, we'll leave everything on the ground. And a question for you guys, as I'm flying through the open, you can see there's a ton of granite on the ground in the form of the ones that you can actually collect. Do you guys collect these? I usually just ignore them, but maybe it's a good way to get granite. I'm not sure. I feel like it's better to pickaxe actual rocks, but maybe I'm misinformed. Let me know if you guys do this down below. But let's farm some granite the old-fashioned way for now, and I'll see you guys when we have hopefully a full inventory of granite. You know, I've done some comparisons in this video to Minecraft, and I don't want to do that all the time because this is its own game. But with that being said, if there was a way to generate basic materials like wood and granite, you know, like on Minecraft, you have wood and cobblestone generators. It'd be so nice if you could do something similar in this game, because I have to run all around my world searching for rocks, and it takes so long. So yeah, I'm hoping in the future you can do something like that, or maybe you can even just regenerate rocks and trees, because my world is getting super dry at the moment. But regardless of everything I just said, open my inventory and you'll see we did exactly what we needed to do. We have 886 new granite pieces to build with, and we're getting right back to work because we're nowhere near close to done. And there's layer number 2 complete. As you can see, we've been using a lot of resources on this, but what I'm thinking is the more it gets to the top, the less resources we're going to be using, because pyramids go inwards, and it's pretty obvious that at the top of this thing, we won't be building as much. That was pretty satisfying. It's coming together here. We're getting closer to the top already. In terms of the exterior design, I'm gonna add some details to it after we do the block work. But first thing I need to make sure we have dialed in is obviously the framework of it. And there's not really much to show here, so let me build a little bit more and I'll see you guys when I'm done doing that. And after what's felt like a long time with no jump cuts in the video, you'll see that we built up quite a bit. But not only that, we've already used all of our 800 pieces of granite that we got. I have how many more? Yeah. I have 1 piece of granite left, and I'm getting the stamina bug. Okay, now my guy looks tired, and I also only have 1 piece of granite. That's not a recipe for success, so I gotta back out, and we will continue this. But before we do, let's just jump away from it and take a look at it from the front. It's getting bigger, and it's gonna get absolutely insane as we get up to the top of this thing. One thing that I want to do is find the middle and cut out our first entryway, though, because I can do that while I have the stamina bug, no problem. So we're gonna continue to break some of these platforms that we built. Also, this makes me feel better because anytime we're breaking something, it should help with the memory. But yeah, the reason we're doing this is to make a grand, nice entrance at the front of this thing, but we're also going to add an entry to every single side. And as we back out and fix our stamina bug, this is where we're at. You know, the pyramid's not done, but we do have an entryway built out now, or I guess just the beginning of one, and it's actually not even finished yet. So let's pop in this last piece here, and I think it looks symmetrical. No, we need to do this. Bang, bang. Okay, now it's symmetrical. Once I finish building this entire thing upwards, don't worry, we're going to focus on the details on the inside, but for now, we got to keep going on this. I somehow found 20 more pieces of granite that I'm going to use right now, and then we got to go get some more, and that did not last us very long. I think when I go to get this most recent round of granite, once we're back, we should have the rest of this thing complete. As we get taller and taller, it's going to take less resources to build out. That's kind of how pyramids work. Only problem is, like I mentioned earlier, there's not a lot of granite around us anymore. It's basically all gone. So we've made our way over to a biome that has a lot more granite, and that's the snow biome. There's been a lot of time lapses in this video, and I'm not sure how many of them you guys would like to see, so I'm just gonna cut this one out, but I'm gonna collect a bunch of granite, and I'll see you guys when we're ready to get building again. And we are headed back, and right now, wait, That's so weird that it shows that that shed's there. Okay, it's gone. For a second, I was scared, but as you can see, it's just loading in, and we, in our inventory, now have 900 new pieces of granite. As we get closer, our pyramid is loading in. Before we get back up top, though, there's one thing I want to do, and it's leave a piece right here and right there, because I felt like it looked a little empty. Now it looks a little bit better. You know what? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, we're just gonna keep messing with this entry part. It's obviously not done yet, but we're gonna go ahead and continue building this thing out. I feel good about the fact that we probably will finish it with all of the items we have currently in our backpack. Snapping mode has been absolutely clutch for this because everything needs to be perfectly aligned. I'm getting a little scared with the amount of granite that we're putting down, that we're gonna hit the building limit soon, but I think it'll only happen once we start putting stuff inside of the pyramid. Either way, we just finished another layer, so it's time to keep on going. 2 more layers have been put down. Oh, and this thing is starting to come together. This is looking sick. The taller it gets, the more exciting it gets. Let's just keep going. We're getting so close to being done. And as I'm building this up more and more, I'm a little afraid because I only have 160 more pieces of granite. I thought for sure this would last us, but we're getting close, and I feel like we're gonna be cutting it tight. We're just getting under 100 pieces right now. We got this much left. Can we do it? If I did some math, I could definitely find out, but we don't do that here. We just hope for the best, so I'm crossing my fingers, and we're gonna keep building this. It's so nice because every layer is becoming quicker and quicker to do. Wow. And I just backed out to get daytime for the end of this, and it looks insane in here. Wow, that's actually insane that we weren't able to pull it off with the 800 we just got, but it's even more insane that we don't have the build limit yet. Obviously insane in a good way, and I'm not complaining at all, but look at the size of this thing. As we get deeper and deeper into this series, I want to make the builds bigger and bigger. Maybe the next thing I do is build a skyscraper so this doesn't look so out of place, but that'll be in the future. Let's grab a little bit more granite, and I want to make sure that I'm getting this granite in a place that's not really visible because I don't like destroying the environment around my builds. That's why you'll always see me go to the snow and other random places to grab my granite. Let's see if this brute can help us. Yes, he can. Holy. All right, that should be good. Thank you to the brute for helping us out. Let's get on our way because we've got a build to finish. Oh my goodness. That guy has some range. And we're stamina bugged again, which is amazing, but why is there pieces missing here? What's going on? Okay, fix that up. Let's get back up to the top. And yeah, I did not anticipate this build getting this tall, but at this point, it's taken so long that there's no way I'm doing anything in terms of adjustments. Also, let's pop this out. I don't know why I covered that. And we are at the very top. Let's do the honors of placing the final piece over this thing. It honestly looks a little bit odd that it's just kind of poking out, so I'm gonna do this as well, just so the very top has a really smooth transition upwards. And just like that, oh, I have a stamina bug, so I can't glide, but as we walk away from it, that is what we are looking at. I do have to back out because for one of the most creative ideas I had around this beacon, I actually have to glide and die. You guys might know what I'm gonna do next. I don't know if this is entirely safe to have a bed this high up in the air, but I guess we'll see when we respawn. Okay, from above, that thing looks ridiculous. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna glide and actually, I don't know. This is gonna be harder than I thought. Basically, what I'm trying to do is die right on top of the pyramid, right? Oh, wait, that's off-centered. When we respawn, though, you'll see why we were dying, and it's because now we have a beam that goes all the way up into the air, and if we get away from it, this beam doesn't ever render out. Man, I'm lagging a lot. Oh my, are you... Oh my goodness. Okay, well, now we have 2 beacons. I'm not complaining though. We have our beacon that shines all the way up into the sky. Obviously, like I said, it's not centered, so we're gonna need to do it again. I thought of a much smarter way that we could do this, and it's just by going over here and then jumping straight onto it. Okay, let's try this for hopefully the last time. We're gonna go like this, and there we go. Let's just hope that the beacon is actually there this time. Yep. And it is. So after a little bit of struggle, we finally have our beacon down right in the center. And I need to go collect all the loot that I just dropped on the ground and break that staircase. Okay, and now, oh my goodness, I keep changing my mind. But what I'm gonna do is break this. I know I've done this a few times, but if I drop the beacon in there, I can cover it from the top and the backpack won't even show. It's getting dark, which is perfect because now we can see what the beacon will look like. But let's just jump into here. And okay, let's go ahead and make sure we're centered and... bang. I mean, that's not centered, but once we cover it, no one's ever gonna know. Let's just keep it between you and me. And spawning in the nighttime, this beacon looks absolutely perfect. Now it's time to do the honors and cover up the top of this thing. And as we back up, we have the stamina bug for the 18th time, but We also have a beautiful beacon that spans up all the way into the night sky, and it'll also show in the daytime. Let's back out. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's skeletons spawning in here. That's absolutely insane. Let's back out so we can get daytime, get rid of the stamina bug, and we are gonna wrap this up. A lot of mob spawns around here is what I'm learning early, so we gotta make sure we cover the floor, especially in here. I'm gonna grab a ton of frost pine at the moment though, and I'm gonna experiment with something. This ain't gonna be the final product, and I might not even fill in the entire floor. I just want to see what something looks like. Like I've already said 1,000 times, this is all experimental and I have no idea what I'm doing, so we got to make sure it looks good. But I do like this white flooring a lot, so I'm gonna try to put some of it in. And as you can see, once the grass disappears, it looks very clean. And also, we definitely need to cover up this awkward dirt spot. If you remember at the beginning of this episode, there was a random structure built here, so we got to cover up all the remnants of that, just like we did in our ice cave village. Though I'm pretty sure if we just cover the floor, no more mobs will be able to spawn. And like I said, although this is an experiment, I do like the way it looks, so I think I'm gonna continue with this all the way throughout. Now it's time to break this iconic barrel that we left the entire time, because unfortunately we can't put a floor under it. So there it goes. And there's a roller that's literally just destroying this thing. These mobs just keep becoming a problem, and I don't know why. And oh my, he destroyed a lot more than I thought. And officially, I think that this beacon pyramid is done. You can hear an echo in this place with how empty it is, but that's something for a future video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are excited to see this be built out. I'm really scared about the building limit, but we're gonna build next episode until we can't anymore. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this one today. And yeah, it is so satisfying in here. This is probably my favorite building that I've made so far. I do want to add more details to the outside as well. We have a lot of stuff planned with this build. It's just a matter of the building limit. Like I said, drop a like on this video to give me good luck. And if you do, then I won't hit the building limit. Thank you for watching all the way until the end of this one though. It's been your boy Kaz, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.